Hey, what up? What up? You know what time it is, man. Every Saturday morning, get it. It's the best show in the country. The best sports talk radio show. Saturdays with Kramer and Ryan tap in. And they do it for the people. What up? 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 What up?
What up, and good morning to all of you early risers. Well, it means 9 o'clock. Hoping majority of the people right now are awake. But good morning. I'm Kramer Santo, one of your hosts of Saturdays with Kramer and Ryan. Ryan is also here. Good morning, Ryan. How are we doing?
Good, Kramer. It has actually been a beautiful week outside. It is my favorite sports week of the year, first weekend of March Madness. It was warm yesterday. I'm in a great mood.
I'll tell you what, this might be, we could honestly get to the March Madness talk next. I mean, that's clearly been taking over the headlines of all of the world right now. But because I've gotten to the point now in life where, you know how many minutes I've watched of March Madness so far? Just take a guess.
If you're like me, you're watching every second of it.
Yeah, I haven't been able to watch a full game yet, and it's very annoying because of just how my schedule is now. And this is the first time in my life. I think I've been watching March Madness, like cognitively remembering almost everything that's been happening since I was probably like 8 years old. And this might have been the first year. So it's been going on now 21 years since I've actually haven't watched a full game, and we broke the streak, and it's been very annoying and frustrating. But I've been stat watching my ass off the entire time because your boy, I mean, my bracket's busted clearly, but some of my brackets right now, they're hanging strong. I'm in a third place in one of them. I'm in a 14th place in one of them, which isn't great, and also I'm in second in one of them. So it's like I've been seeing the field.
My bracket's at the 95th percentile of ESPN brackets right now. And
Nice.
I'm in second place in a group. There's a guy in this bracket group that I'm in that's at 99.9%. I'm like, come on, man. Let me have this. But I'm with you. My bracket is busted. I was making fun of people for picking High Point over Wisconsin. I was like, what a those trendy upsets never happen. Of course it happens early Thursday. I'm picking 9 seeds that lose, 8 seeds that lose, 10 and 7s. I don't know how I ended up in the 95th percentile because I don't feel like I'm doing very well with this.
All I got to say is the horn frog up or whatever their little thing is. Them beating Ohio State to just knock out tons of bracket. I'll tell you what, it's a good day when Ohio State loses. And I mean, I wish I could say what I want to say right now about Ohio State, but I just don't want to say the F word this morning. But I was very happy about how that thing turned out. But so far, this entirety of March Madness, what's been who's the Cinderella team you think through your eyes? And how is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar going to lose to Michigan today? Starting at 11 o'clock, 11:15 tip. Yep. Michigan plays on St. Louis. But, man, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I mean, I don't even know what his real name is. I just know my Kareem.
Bobby Avila.
Dude, he's a badass. I think he has taken college basketball by storm through March Madness, and he's fun to watch, but it's also going to be fun to watch him lose to Michigan today.
It's a bummer because if they didn't play Michigan, even if it was another 1 seed, if they played Duke, I might consider taking St. Louis just straight up to beat Duke. They're that good. I think Michigan is built perfectly to beat St. Louis. So if I were you, I'd be feeling real good this morning. St. Louis, they're so fun to watch though. But Cinderella stories, I don't think there's going to be one. I think High Point's the closest thing you're going to get, and I don't really see them winning another game. Maybe VCU, but I really think they only beat North Carolina because UNC is just so banged up. I don't think there's going to be a big Cinderella story this year. Yesterday, fun fact, was only the second time on one of the first 2 days. So the round was 64 in March Madness. Only the second time in the last 40 years that there hasn't been a double-digit seed winning a game. It went straight chalk yesterday.
Yeah, all the favorites won yesterday, and it was crazy because that narrative came out because on Thursday the narrative was NIL's destroying March Madness because of all the upsets that did happen on the first day. And heck, I was one of the people at my work saying like, oh yeah, no, NIL might be ruining it. NIL is the reason why all these small schools teams are making it through. And I mean, it's the truth. I I'll still wear that every single day of the week, saying the NIL is going to improve and improve and improve college basketball. And I'm going to say it's like hurting March Madness. It's just making these games a lot better and a lot more exciting, because it's always nice to see that 11 seed go on. It's always nice to see that, I guess if you want to classify it, that 9 seed beating the 8 seed, keep it moving. How you doing? And I don't know. I don't care. I just want to see great basketball, and that's what we're seeing right now. And seeing all the highlights, all the fun stuff. I believe KU won. Darren Peterson looked pretty sweet. Did Mizzou win last night? I did not pay attention to it. Mizzou
did not.
All
Mizzou
fans.
Yeah, I wish I could say I felt bad, but unfortunately I don't. No, they lost to Miami last night, which really stinks because that game was in St. Louis. If you were a Mizzou fan that went to if you made the 2-hour trip from Columbia to St. Louis to watch your team lose on the last game of the first 2 days of March Madness, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm assuming they probably had some super boosts going out on all the sports books with like, oh yeah, take Mizzou, take KU, however it is. And if you won bets this week, congratulations. If you didn't, that sucks. It's funny, on Thursday, I put a 25-cent parlay in. That's funny. I put 25 cents on this one, $36. I lost it by 1 because I needed Duke to cover the 27.5. And I thought Duke could have lost that game on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. I thought at halftime, that was the biggest 16 seed lead at halftime over a 1 seed in tournament history. So I thought that there was a chance. Kentucky winning. Oh, you want to talk about player or teams that got lucky yesterday? I don't know if you saw any of this Kentucky game, Kramer. I did awesome. Not. It was everything March Madness should be. They're playing Santa Clara, like small school West Coast. Steve Nash went there, fun fact. And it's back and forth the whole way. It was a back and forth game. At the very end of the game, Kentucky hits like this crazy, like spinning contested layup to tie it with 10 seconds left. Santa Clara runs down, drills a 3 with 3.5 seconds left. Santa Clara coach is like running down the sideline, trying to call a timeout to reset the defense. They don't give it to him. Kentucky inbounds, like half court shot, buzzer beater, tied, going to overtime. Kentucky wins. It's gross.
Oh man! Well, I'm glad I had Kentucky. I had Kentucky going to the round of do I have them in the Sweet 16? I think I'm in the Sweet 16. So it's like, that's incredible. There's this book that I read. I know it's crazy. I read books every once in a while, but this book I read back in, I want to say high school, maybe sophomore year. It was all about March Madness, and it was awesome. It's a great book. It made me understand more of exactly what happened before my time of watching. I'm curious, 'cause it's been 14 years since about 15, 16 years since I've read that book. I'm curious now when they update it, how much the stuff that's already happened gets put back in there, because you already know there's been insane games that could be possibly in there from this year. Even if you want to go back a handful of years ago when Virginia lost in the first round, I thought honestly when Duke was keeping it close I thought we were going to see the second ever one to ever do it. It's where the first seed gets eliminated in the first round. Like it's going to happen at some point, but man, this is it's fun. I love watching this stuff. I love watching the highlights now, I guess, because I can't watch it live. Unless today even though it's going to be nice and beautiful outside, I'm going to have it all on my cell phone and watching games, whatever I'm doing. If I'm outside or if I'm cleaning the house, what if I'm cleaning the patio or the balcony that I have out here, I'm going to make sure I'm tapped in fully to today, because Michigan starts it off today, and I cannot wait to watch it fully rather than stat watch it, because, we got to beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We have to.
There's going to be, there's some matchups today. After St. Louis, Michigan, which is going to be one of the best 1-9 matchups I can ever remember. Yes. Louisville, Michigan State plays at 1:45. You've got two historic basketball programs. TCU Duke, I think that's a sneaky upset.
That's a fun one.
Texas Gonzaga play tonight, and then Texas A&M Houston. People might not remember this, but 2 years ago, A&M and I think it was Houston played in the tournament, and A&M came back from 10 down with a minute left, tied it, sent it to overtime. So there's some matchups today.
It's gonna be a fun one today. It will be. But yeah, no. Thank you for keeping me updated on all the funsies of March Madness, because I'll tell you what, I'm frustrated myself because I can't watch it. Well, the first 2 days, I just remember just sitting up. What if it was in college? We had the 4 screens going on at once over in our living room. Heck, even when I would be watching it up at my grandparents, when I first started watching, I always flip it through the channels. When the commercial break goes, go to the next one. Commercial break, go to the next one. Commercial break, go to the next one. And now it's just walking around the facility, the warehouse, and hopefully somebody was either listening to it or watching, and I'd stop there and watch and look at it. That's how I was consuming my March Madness. But I'm going to consume all of it today. There were some things that did happen in the land of the NFL. Did you see this? The Raiders succession plan. They're trying to get Mark Davis to sell the team. What the hell is going on? I feel like the Raiders organization in a nutshell and in a whole, ever since joining and forming the entire NFL, going from the AFL to joining it in there, they've hated the Las Vegas or the Oakland or the Los Angeles Raiders the entire time, and it's very frustrating. And when you see a misleading headline that ESPN, CBS, you name it, one of the big media outlets out there saying that the NFL plans to hold a vote on a Raiders succession plan. Mark Davis is not selling this team whatsoever. Hell, Mark Davis is going out with a 37-year-old woman, and he's just mingling himself around the social media. And you know what? Bravo to Mark Davis. Love the guy, even though his haircut looks like a doofus. But man, dude, I love this man. But man, he's not selling this.
He looks like a Dumb and Dumber character.
Actually, no, he does. He does look like a Dumb and Dumber character. I love the man. I have a sticker of him and Ice Cube on my laptop. And when they were sitting into the thing, and Mark Davis is doing the little peace sign, it's pretty badass. I love Mark Davis, but he's not selling the Raiders. What the hell is this? Why are we trying to spin a narrative that they're going to try to force the Raiders to get Mark Davis out to make this a better organization? This has been
like kind of out of nowhere.
No, I feel like it has. It's kind of like when the John Gruden stuff happened, and he got and nixed, and now that's going to legal trouble now, or legal battle. Then they just don't like the Raiders organization. The NFL has never liked the Raiders organization, and it continues to show it to this day. They're opening up. The thing that not many people wanted to tell about this entire time is if a vote were to happen and they try to vote out or vote in a Raiders succession plan, that means that whenever Mark Davis decides to sell the team, he could sell it to Egon Durbin of Silver Lake. I don't even know what Silver Lake is, but he's the co-chief executive officer for them. But I guess Silver Lake's a premier global technology investment firm managing approximately $100 billion in assets. So if Egon Durbin is the guy that takes over the majority stake or all the stake at the Las Vegas Raiders, at least you know they have deep pockets to spend, knowing that Mark Davis is a $5 billion owner. I just hate the fact that this headline's so misleading. And people are gonna be like, "Oh, they're just the NFL wants the Raiders out," and I honestly do feel like the NFL wants the Raiders out. That's just me, knowing that I'm a Raiders fan here. But man, it's just annoying seeing this. It truly is.
It kind of feels like it's coming out of left field. I wonder if it does happen, if it would be good for the Raiders, because have they ever done anything under Mark Davis? Have they been decent at all? It feels like the decision making has kind of been a mess. And I don't mean this in like, it would set a really bad precedent. If he's not if it's not like a Steve Ballmer Clippers situation where he's just committing crimes and being an awful human being, I don't think you should vote someone out of owning a team that just sets a really bad precedent. But would it kind of help the Raiders?
I don't know. I mean, since Al Davis died, which he was the owner before handing it over to his son, they've only had one winning season, and it sucks. Like I know it's the 2016 season, the season that Derek Carr broke his collarbone. He was the MVP contention that year. Super frustrating, super annoying. There might have been two seasons, because I know they snuck into a wild card spot and they lost. They shouldn't have lost the Cincinnati Bengals a couple of years ago. But it just seems like the decisions that they've made over the late has been very promising. I mean, it was promising seeing Pete Carroll come in to see if he can turn things around. It was promising to see Josh McDaniels come in there, even though I was not all in about Josh McDaniels at all, because we saw what he already did in a stint with the Denver Broncos, and it just wasn't great. He's an offensive coordinator. He's an offensive coordinator through and through. He's in New England now doing great things. John Gruden was turning this team around. It's just been coach after coach after coach after coach, and they just haven't gotten the job done. Now it's the talent on the field. Well, I think the talent on the field is going to be improving this year because what they've already done in the offseason, continue to hold on to Max Crosby. This team should be flirting with a 500 season this year, and that's winning. That's winning for this Raiders organization, because like I said, I've only seen from this out of pure memory my entire time I'm watching football since 2005 that I've only seen one winning season, and it absolutely sucks as a fan. I'm not going to lie, it is, but I can't wait for the day that they turn it around and keep it going. It's kind of like the Kansas City Chiefs. They were horrendous after the once you get into the year 2000. I mean, there were some spurts of them doing great things, but they really didn't do much until Patrick Mahomes came in, because there was that one year that Alex Smith could not throw it to a wide receiver for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Then Patrick Mahomes comes in, he's throwing it all over the damn field. They're winning Super Bowls. They just need that guy. They need that Patrick Mahomes player on their team that can take over the game instantly. Am I saying it's for Fernando Mendoza whenever he gets drafted? No, but someone needs to step up and make sure this team gets going.
It's hard for the Raiders because I don't even know if you can compare them to what the Chiefs were. They're comparable to like the Browns and the Jets of the NFL. If you look at the last 25 years, they have the second worst winning percentage behind only the Browns, or I guess ahead of only the Browns in the league. So something needs to change there. Maybe the league is just coming together and saying, hey, we're gonna step in. We're gonna take over, make sure the Raiders become good again. I don't know why they would. I don't want that.
Of course you don't.
Of course, why? Yeah, but I would just be so curious if we learn more about why they're doing this, because it does seem like they're just doing it. I guess this Silver Lake firm it's a private equity firm with billions of dollars invested in the biggest companies in the world. I'm sure they have some sort of foot in the game here. It seems like this Silver Lake company is sort of like tipping the scale a little bit to get the NFL to act. But yeah, I would love to just learn more about what's going on behind the scenes here. Why are we doing this? Because this is not normal news.
No, at least I'm glad it's not Jeff Bezos. At least I wouldn't want Jeff Bezos running my organization. That's just me. I don't want
know,
that.
Man. These private equity firms where you don't even know the names of the people, they scare me.
So this guy would scare you more than Jeff Bezos, like in a good way or a bad way?
Good as a Raiders fan, bad in the bad.
Gotcha. I'm catching what you're throwing now. I like that. Okay, but no, Mark Davis is my guy. I know it sounds weird to say it, but man, I love that guy. I don't care what the hell he looks like, but man, he's a Raider. He's a Raider. He's always a Raider. Hey, good morning, Weston. Happy to have you on the I guess are you on YouTube? Yes, you are. Over on the YouTube sphere watching us there. Also, your mom. Shout out to you and Chris. Hey, Chris, look at that. Yeah, MLB is Thursday. Can't wait. Actually, the opening day is on Wednesday with the Giants and Yankees. But I get what you mean there. Baseball's here. Inject that into my veins. Baseball's coming, baby. Baseball's here. But no, before we get to some baseball topics, because we do have a big, crucial baseball topic we got to get into, because it's just something that we have to do every single year.
Very important.
It's very, very huge. But before that, the 49ers are not exercising the option for Trent Williams. They expect to re-sign him back to another 1 or 2 year deal. Does the 38-year-old left tackle kind of spark your interest to possibly, if he does not get a deal done, if he does get traded, would that spark your interest right now as a Kansas City Chiefs fan to get him in here? Because if it's me, I would want him. I don't care how old he is. This guy is an absolute wall. He's a force. If he stays healthy, he still is the best left tackle in the league. I don't care what age he is. Father Time really isn't creeping up on him except for a little bit last year. I think he's a big upgrade, and you can move Simmons over to his natural position at right tackle. Now, will the 49ers deal him? I mean, there's some good rapport between the Chiefs and the 49ers in making trades, and Trent Williams might be the next guy to join the 49ers to the Chiefs rank if that is to happen. I think it'd be a good move. I think it'd be a smart move, especially trying to keep 15 upright or Justin Fields upright, because that's just also you never know. He might have to start a couple games to start the season. You just never know. But I would say so.
It's not a bad backup. I mean, especially if Mahomes comes back from injury, maybe like week 4 through 6, then you've got a month of Justin Fields, which is a little gross, but there's definitely worse backup quarterbacks to have. And he's fun in like these little, I heard someone the other day talk about putting him in as sort of a backfield threat with Mahomes because he's faster than any other running back the Chiefs have had on their rosters before Kenneth Walker. So that'd be kind of interesting. I wouldn't hate getting Trent Williams. Yeah. Trent Williams is interesting because he's ancient, but if you look at the last couple of years of the 49ers, it didn't matter who was hurt. If Ayuk was hurt, not a big change to the offense. Debo was gone, not a huge change. Kittle leaves, gets worse, but whatever. People replace him. Trent Williams is gone, the offense fell apart.
Yes.
The offense cratered when he was not on the line for them, which is a testament to, like you said, he is the best left tackle in the NFL, like hands down. I only worry with the Chiefs if they were to make a move like that it pushes Josh Simmons either to the right side or you push Trent Williams to the right side. I would love it to come in and like mentor guys like a Josh Simmons, a Kingsley. Everyone on the line would benefit from having him in the building. I don't know. I'll never say it's a bad fit because the more you can do to protect Mahomes, the better. It just feels like maybe you're forcing a square peg into a round hole a little bit.
I'd also laugh my ass off if they try to convince, oh yeah, come over here and you're going to play right tackle, Trent. That's not going to happen.
You can't move him to right tackle. It's the thing, but then you're moving your first round pick to right tackle, and that's not a good option either. So
yeah, no. I think it would be a huge upgrade on this offensive line. This offensive line wasn't the best last year, but this offensive line for the Chiefs was decimated with injuries. If your name wasn't Creed Humphrey, so. This is you got to do anything and everything. I feel like they haven't done enough this offseason already. Maybe they're just relying too much more faith in Jalen Moore, which he didn't look too bad. They got Esapole still there, who had two great, I would say, good games whenever he was playing. But Trent Williams is such an upgrade. Even if you just have to move Simmons to right tackle, I like that. Another question, some questions that came on through. And all right, boys, who we taking at 9 from old Weston Brewster? If Mekhi Lemon's there, please, absolutely go for it. But I'm more leaning towards it changes every single week, but I think safety Caleb Downs at 9 should be the move the Chiefs need to make. And you already know that Steve Spagnuolo, if he gets his hands on any defensive young rookie, he's going to mold them and shape them to being one of the best defensive guys on the perimeter, or even on the. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's gotten the most talent out of his young guys already from on the defensive line. But, man, I think Caleb Downs at 9 is a huge lock.
I would love that if he's there. I don't know what their motivation is. I would like to go edge rusher, personally. I think Caleb Downs
don't think
might
they're there, though.
If it's any of them, it would be Ruben Bain, and then you have to worry about, his
T-Rex arms?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't hate Ruben Bain. Honestly, I'm going to talk myself into whoever they pick at 9. They could take Jeremiah Love at 9. I'm like, yeah, now we've got the best backfield in the NFL. This is awesome.
Gosh, what a waste. You know what? Go for Jeremiah. I would love them to get Jeremiah Love. That'd be awesome. Get Jeremiah Love.
I think they go edge at 9 unless like Styles, Bailey, and Bain are all gone, and then maybe we look at Caleb Downs. I wouldn't hate Carnell Tate either. He's big. He's quick. Yeah. He's an Ohio State receiver, which automatically bumps him up my board a little bit. I wouldn't hate Carnell Tate there either.
Well, okay. Hold on. What's the other question from Chris? Will the Chiefs trade for Brian Thomas Jr.? So if they take Carnell Tate, they're definitely not going to be trading for Brian Thomas Jr. before the draft or during the draft or however that goes. I don't know if there's even any legs right now of Brian Thomas Jr. being traded to the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if they can even, afford him because, you bring him on in here. He does incredible things. Now you got to pay him. Like, that's like the Chiefs don't want to do that. Granted, he has 2 more years left on – or no, wait, he would have his club option because he's a first-round pick, his 5th-year option, I should say. So he had at least 3 more years. Yeah, so that's not bad. But I don't know. I wouldn't – he needed to make that next step last season from his rookie season. His rookie season looked incredible. It looked like he was the best steal of the draft for the Jaguars. Last year sucked. I don't know if last year's Brian Thomas Jr. or rookie year. And usually – if the numbers drop off like heavily like they've done, it's going to continue to do that.
Hear me out. I have a thought here.
Okay, here we go.
I would love to trade what pick did they get from the Rams? Was it 29, I think, for McDuffie?
Yep.
I would love to trade that for Brian Thomas Jr. or have that be like the foundation of a trade, because there is one reason that I am optimistic that he will be good if he leaves Jacksonville, and it is that their passing game coordinator was Shane Waldron. Wherever he murders number 1 wide receivers. Everywhere he goes, his wide receivers have been horrible. He was in Seattle. He left Seattle. JSN became a monster. He went to Chicago for a little bit. God knows they couldn't pass the ball 2 years ago. And then he goes to Jacksonville, and their passing game just becomes a disaster. Everywhere he goes, there's a giant drop-off in the actual ability of the passing game, which affects, obviously, the receivers. I think that once you move, like every time people have moved on from him or he has moved on from them, all the receivers have gotten better, especially the number ones. I mean, we saw it with DJ Moore. We saw it with JSN. Roma Dunze even had a better year after, or I guess maybe he was a rookie, but I can't exactly remember the timeline there. Every receiver, basically, once he has left the team, has gotten better. So if he leaves Jacksonville, I think Brian Thomas will have a rebound in Jacksonville. If they trade him, I think he's going to be good wherever he goes. I just wouldn't touch anyone that is on a Shane Waldron coach team.
I wouldn't want to trade that 29th overall pick, though. I think you can get more value out of drafting a guy that is needed in necessity. Because, I mean, come on. Like the Chiefs have wide receivers. They just need to show up and show out and actually do the right things that wide receivers need to do. I would use that
at all. I don't trust.
I mean, you kind of have to. You kind of have to. I feel like Tyquan Thornton's been the best receiver signing the Chiefs have had this offseason so far. I still find it crazy that they stopped throwing in the football once Rashee Rice came back. You just need to have oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the wide receivers coach they just brought in, Chad O'Shea. You need to have him work with your wide receivers right now and get this thing rolling, get this thing like flush, get it fluid for these guys, because you just have all the talent in the world with Xavier Worthy or Rashee Rice. Let's try to let's milk that all out. Let's get all the talent out there. Maybe when they're all coming back fully healthy and not doing dumb things off the field, let's get them all in the mindset of playing football and doing wide receiver stuff and make this a great wide receiver offense for the Chiefs. It's just you just got to, it's all hopefulness. I would not trade for Brian Thomas Jr. I would use that 29th pick to get something else. Heck, honestly, even at 9, I think you could even go offensive line, offensive tackle, that Francis, whatever his I can't pronounce his last name. Yeah. He's a big boy. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
And I think he would be also another nice upgrade for this team. But I would keep as all your draft picks as possible. And if you're trading your draft picks, it's because you're getting more draft picks later on in the draft or for next year. That's just me. But yeah.
I would never trade 9 for a receiver unless it's like a top receiver in the NFL. I wouldn't hate the reason I want to take an edge rusher at 9 or a wide receiver at 9 is because those are positions that you're not finding. Very rarely are you finding star players outside of the top of the draft at those positions, especially edge rusher. Whereas with O-line, you've seen good O-linemen drop a little bit. I feel like they already have an O-line mostly in place, or at least they've told us they have an O-line mostly in place that they feel good about. So 29 is where I look to maybe trade back, maybe trade it for a player. Heck, maybe even you go crazy and trade up to the higher 20s if you really like a guy there. I don't think they make a move. I kind of think they're done trading, and unless they are adjusting in the draft. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate trading 29. Whatever they do, please do not trade the number 9 pick for somebody, and please do not take an offensive lineman.
I just know it's funny listen to what Brett Veach has been saying over the last handful of weeks. There's been one person he's not talked about on the wide receiver realm. That's Mekhi Lemon. Whenever he's not talking about somebody, he's looking in them heavily. And so that's even on any other position that's in around the guys that are getting drafted right now. So just those are little nuggets right there. If there's some guy that's a beast and said room of, say, tight ends or wide receivers, running backs, you name it. They're looking at literally everybody, and I can see them going and throwing their name in the hat for any type of talented player. Because also 9 or 29, they could do best available, and it could work out for them in their favor. So there's good stuff I think is happening if you can continue to hold on to them picks if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. Because it's just, as a outsider looking in on this team, it's just annoying because they're going to get it right. I mean, I'd hope they get it right. That's just me. But yeah, no. Let's move on. Opening day is this upcoming Thursday for majority of all baseball teams, and we've got the hardest hitting topic of them all. There's new ballpark menu foods on said teams that we're going to get to all of them for. And if I can share my screen correctly, I was trying to get everything set up for while we're working on that. Let's start off with the Marlins' new menu item. I'll bring it up on screen right now. Can you see it on your end, Ryan? Yes, you can.
I can see that. It actually looks really good.
Yeah, this bad mama jam, I'll scroll up so we can actually read it, is a 2-foot-long homemade flour tortilla grilled on a flat top with melted mozzarella, I cannot pronounce that cheeses. House marinated carne asada, smoky pepper sauce, and salsa verde. This right here, if I'm going to Miami, I'm eating this. This looks
And 10 out of
incredible.
10. Honestly, you can stop here. I've got no notes. This looks fantastic. I would eat. It looks gigantic, so I don't think I could eat 3 of these, but I would want 3 of these.
Dude, if you ate 3 of those, dude, that's 6 foot of chorizo, or whatever you want to call it. That thing looks amazing.
Yeah.
You know
I don't think I've
what
eaten one of those, but it looks amazing.
What's the Clippers owner used to say? What he said when he was making his new facility: toilets. We're having all the toilets as we can. Yeah, you'd be on the toilet after eating 3 of those, Ryan. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they better add toilets to the Miami ballpark.
Oh no, definitely. Let's get this off. Let's add another to the screen. Do I have to remove it fully? Oh man, I want to let's just close that out. All right, bear with me. I'm trying to figure out the best way possible to share screens on this. This is the next one. This is the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are introducing the nachos in a 128 ounce. 128 ounces. There we go. The words aren't wording this morning. But no, this is a Doplo collector's item. That's a lot of nachos. It's a lot of nachos.
That is a lot of nachos.
Would you dabble in this?
It is 8 pounds of nachos.
That's a lot of nachos, man. That's 128. That's 8 pounds right there.
Yeah.
I'm not good with my ounces conversions to weight. That's incredible. Oh, man, dude, also, it's good they're in a temperature controlled environment, because imagine eating all of that in the Arizona desert. Oh, you'd feel so bad. You'd be feeling terrible. Hell, didn't you used to? Didn't you? No, you didn't dabble going to Arizona a lot, did you? Didn't you live there?
I lived there for a while. Yeah, I lived there for 6 years. This would hurt a little bit. I mean, it looks fine. This is like a party bucket. This is one you get for the group, and then everyone sort of collectively shares it. If 1 or 2 people are eating this alone, that's foul.
That's foul. Oh, that's funny. All right. They also have another thing in the Arizona department of foods, because we have to keep going on there. Here we go. Let's share screen.
Do you want to talk about underrated ballparks too? I like the Diamondback Stadium. I like Chase Field.
I heard it's one of the incredible ones. And speaking of incredible things, this looks amazing. I don't care what it is. This is a dessert item. Clearly, it's a taking me out to the ball game shake. Wait, hold on. Are these Kit Kat straws? No, that would be sick if they hauled those out.
It looks like Kit Kats, Nutter Butters, Cracker Jacks, and ice cream.
Yep. That's literally it. Salted caramel shake with whipped cream, peanut butter sandwich, cookie, Kit Kat bars, and Cracker Jacks. I'm eating this. This looks amazing. Like I would definitely eat this.
I'm gonna put this below the Miami tortilla thing, but it looks really damn good.
Gosh, dude, this thing I could mess this thing up. I know I could.
Yeah.
I could get down with this. I feel like every single year Arizona does pump out one of the better ballpark menu item foods. This has got to be on the list of being one of the best.
If you want to talk about things that look like they'd give you a stomach ache, though, an hour after eating that thing, I'm going to be having problems.
Well, I mean, are you lactose intolerant?
No, but the more I eat things with milk in them, the more my stomach hurts. So.
I'll tell you what, man. If I end up becoming lactose intolerant, I don't know what I'd do, because I love milk products. I drink a chocolate milk for lunch every single day. It's A-okay for it. Wrigley, Chicago Cubs, boo the Cubs. Cubs suck. They have a new ballpark menu: chicken and churro at the Wrigley Field. There's chicken and chicken churro.
Where is the chicken in this? Is it just blending in?
I feel like it's. Can you see my mouse cursor?
Yeah, it's like a little.
I feel like it's right in here.
Yeah,
with some that butter. That's a lot of butter. That looks. This is kind of. I mean, I'll say it. This kind of looks like poop. It really does.
It does look like that was the first. Yeah, it does. I think it would taste good. I would eat it. I'm gonna put this above the nachos, but below the Nutter Butter ice cream.
I think this one's on the last of my list, not just because it's Wrigley, and it's the Cubs. But no, this does not look appetizing. I don't think this looks great. This is not appealing to my eye. There's no way.
Oh, that came from Levy also. Actually, they do the club level food at Arrowhead. Levy's good.
Oh, so this is actually going to taste good.
I think it would actually be good. They usually do quality products.
Interesting. I don't know. It just to the eye, it does not look great. It just doesn't. All right, let's go on to the next one. Hopefully, this is the right one. Nope, it's not. This one's the right one. Let's share this screen. The 999 challenge. New York Mets are introducing it. Other teams are as well. But you can get all this. The 9 mini beers, 9 mini hot dogs. The price is ridiculous. This is $60 right here. This is
I believe
$60.
that. This is actually pretty awesome, though. This is pretty cool.
It looks awesome, but can you imagine? Because they give you this all at once. By the time you're on your 5th, 6th, 7th hot dog or your 5th, 6th beer, the hot dogs have gotten cold and the beer's gotten hot. I don't know about this one, man.
Functionally, this is terrible, but it's pretty cool.
I mean, I would like the box. That'd be sick. Maybe those are souvenir cups in there. Maybe that's how you get your money's worth out of it. I don't know.
Mini beers too. It feels like a bad deal now that I think about it. It does.
Now, if they were like legit, I wouldn't say tall boys, but give me a 12-ounce beer. Yes, let's get it going. Because I mean, for $60, 12-ounce beers, that you're getting your money's worth out of beer that way. If you're getting 9 of them.
Or if it's like an 8-ounce half a beer, I guess maybe that balances out. I don't know. I would need to like do some math on this one and get back to you. It looks cool. I like the novelty of it. Maybe not as good as it looks. I'm gonna give it like a 4 out of 10.
Do you like hot dogs? I'm assuming yes.
Oh yeah.
I love hot dogs, but then again, you don't know what you're eating when it comes to said hot dogs. As long as it's all beef and not like beef, chicken, and whatever it is, like give me the all beef Franks, get all day, every day. The ballpark Franks, I gotta have me my ballpark Franks.
Nothing beats a hot dog at a baseball game. A hot dog, a beer at a baseball game is elite.
It's a staple, and you can only get a hot dog for $1 once per month if you are trying to watch games at Coffin, which is so stupid. I still think that's one of the dumbest things they did was that. But that's just me. They can't all be like the St. Louis Cardinals and open up Big Mac Land for $29 tickets and have unlimited concessions. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, all teams need to get behind that. They're not going to. They're going to lose money.
That's an amazing deal. Good on the Cardinals.
Yep, absolutely love them. Of course, clearly got the sign in the background right there. All right, the Dodgers are announcing a watermelon habanero margarita that you can get with a souvenir cooler cup. This is sick. This is badass. This is awesome. Yes. Like I would get this in a heartbeat. If it's St. Louis Cardinals, yes. I'm hoping that little spigot down below works.
That would be sweet. I doubt it because you're probably going to have people spill all over themselves. That's pretty cool.
No, 1,000%. And Ike, even though the habanero is a little spicy, I think it would add to the margarita flavor. I don't think I've ever had like
a watermelon habanero margarita.
I haven't. But I need to get one in my life soon.
They're so good. I feel like there's places down in the Crossroads. There's a lot of places that have margaritas down in the Crossroads.
This is I'll show you the collector cup for the Giants whenever it loads. But man, these things are just I like these collector souvenir cups. It's kind of like when the beer bats came around and people were trying to get all the beer bats and the style for it. This come on, open up for me, please. I would buy it. I would get it. They're so cool. They're little mini coolers.
God, everyone's doing the cooler. This is fantastic, actually.
Like even if the Royals get it, I'm buying me one. I don't care. Like even if I go to say if I'm not going to San Francisco anytime soon to go to watch a game, I'm buying it though. Like if I am there, yeah, definitely.
It's like
bring that weekly hot dog back, please. Like that needs to come back.
The helmet nachos. I just want it for the helmet.
Okay, are you that guy after that wears the helmet?
No, aren't they too tiny to fit? I also don't like nachos that much at a baseball game, so I never buy them.
I feel like it's big enough to hold on. We're gonna find out. There's one over here.
Yeah, some. Oh my god, we're doing a little show and tell today.
Yeah, I feel like it fits perfectly.
Oh,
it does. It fits perfectly. I mean, I look like I have an egghead now, but it fits perfectly. I mean, I look weird with this damn thing on. It does. It's really round.
It is a little tiny, but
Show and tell. You never know what you're going to get on the Saturdays with Kramer and Ryan. You just never know. You just never know. All right. Lastly, we have one more. Let's get this thing on the screen.
Nothing's going to beat that Miami tortilla thing.
Yeah, that Miami thing. I don't know. This one might. This is at the Chicago White Sox. This is a nacho box. The presentation of this looks like it's been sitting out for a minute, so let's bear with it right now. It's a Southside Supreme. It's homemade shaped pizza with sausage, some Buna Italian beef. I think I pronounced that wrong. I should probably get that understanding. Peppers, onions, and granderia. Not gonorrhea, but granderia. I don't know how to pronounce that.
I couldn't be the one to tell you.
You can get this at the Chicago White Sox. I don't know if I like this one or not. I think you're right. The Miami one is by far the best one out of all these that we've seen.
Yeah, I think this one actually would taste a lot better than it looks, though. I don't know. They all kind of look like they'd give me a stomach ache. This one's gonna make me make something that looks like the Cubs one from earlier.
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand. That's the hard hitting journalism for baseball today. What are we looking at on the rundown? All right, let's get the fair or foul. Let's do that. All right. Do you collect baseball cards or football cards, anything like that? Or are you that degenerate like me?
I don't collect them. I have some. I actually have a Jaden Daniels rookie card that I need to look into selling.
I got a pretty sweet. I can't find it right now. I'd just show it to you. But I got this Jack Caglione relic card that has a auto patch to it. Not auto patch, just a relic card. I also got a Vinny auto card that's numbered to 25 that I got this year. That's been badass. I've been having a little pack luck. But if you have the money to buy this card of Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, a dual auto, it's sold for $2.16 million. A piece of like this piece of paper-ish sold for basically 2.16 million cards. Absolutely crazy. Like that's you got to have a lot of FU money in order to get this. And $2.16 million for Judge and Ohtani autos. I think it's foul. I do. I think the card market has been over inflated, and this adds to it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go foul on this one. If you look at all the things you can get with $2 million,
yeah,
and it's not like the 0.16 of that is like chump change either. That's $160,000. If you look for what you can get with that. Oh, dude, man, this is foul. People need to spend their money on better stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, the craziest thing is when that person decides to sell us again, whenever that time comes, or if they don't even sell it, or they do sell it, I don't know. It's going to make a lot more money on that too. Hold on. What did Craig say? I am a baller. I could have wasted that life-changing money on a baseball card. Good morning, Craig. Glad to see you in the comment section down there in YouTube. Let's go to the next fair or foul. Continue on the baseball theme. Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz, the Cleveland Guardian players that were charged with not throwing games, but making money in said games on the gambling market. They're going to be on unpaid non-disciplinary leave. This is fair. I'm glad that the Guardians are still making sure, like, hey, you should not be doing this. Continue to do that, and they'll never going to be in MLB ever again, which that's good. The fact that Emmanuel Clase is only 27 years old, he's younger than me, and he did all this crap, and he could have had an incredible possible Hall of Fame year. He did. He's so dumb.
He screwed his family over. He screwed his friends over. He had life-changing money for the next 6 to 10 years in front of him, and just screwed it over a few $1,000s, like chump change for him.
Yeah, just to make a few thousand is crazy. You do all this incredibly fair. Glad the Guardians are doing this. Continuing their fair or foul, Gavin Lux, the second baseman for the Tampa Bay Rays now. He's lost 3 inches in height, Ryan. He was with the Reds last year, and they listed him as 6'2". Now on the Tampa Bay Rays, he's shrunk. He's now 5'11". So it's crazy. You're going from my height to my wife's height, basically, in just an off season. You shouldn't be doing that. No, you shouldn't.
It comes with aging. Or they say your spine shrinks or something as you age. Right. It's just happening quickly for Gavin.
He's 27 years old. He shouldn't be shrinking this much from 26 to 27.
Some people bald early. Gavin Lux shrunk early. That's all. This is normal.
Everyone Gavin
No,
Lux is
this is
supposed to be the
actually
guy.
this is pretty funny.
It's
Also, if you flipped it and said he grew by going to the race, that would make more sense. They feel like an organization that would like cook the books a little bit
yeah.
and
Well, they
lie
did.
about
Clearly they
things.
did.
Well, the Reds were the ones that were doing it. I feel like the Rays are like the Moneyball team that would like, oh yeah, he's 6'2". Actually, you should trade for him and give us all your prospects. I guess they're just honest. They have integrity.
Hold on. Let's see. This is actually a pretty good one. I have such an issue with this. I totally understand why he was suspended. However, it's going to happen when all of these leagues push sports books. Okay, that's one way to look at that with the Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz thing. I just think
I don't know.
it's the integrity of the game, though. That's what I'm getting behind it as. I get the fact that all these sports books are around now. But literally in the clubhouses, it says, "Don't gamble on games. Don't sports
Yeah,
gamble. Don't do this." It literally is in the big in the clubhouses. It says this.
I also see beer ads every day and have bars all around me, and I don't end up drunk driving. So like, it's not that hard not to break these rules.
Exactly. We are said rule followers. And said rule followers now in Pittsburgh. These kids are going to be following the rules here because they're not going to be following the rules. They're going to go at home learning. Pittsburgh public schools will be closed for 3 days and will switch to remote learning because of the NFL draft.
That's awesome.
I don't think it's awesome, man. Why these kids need to be in school, man? There's a bunch of dumbass kids now in real life. They don't need to be going home to basically do jack crap on their, I'll put quotes on this, remote learning. They ain't doing shit at home. Sorry for my language there, but they're not doing anything at home. It's kind of like when you work from home. When you work from home, how much are you actually truly working of your work day?
I mean,
let's be honest now.
I work fully remote, so I do a good amount. But
yeah, a good amount's like 2 hours for you, right? I'm joking.
These
It's probably more
kids,
than that.
they're hosting the draft for, I don't know if they've ever hosted the draft before. Probably the first time ever. Maybe the first time in decades. Last time in decades. What's going to matter more to these kids? Being in school, learning about your times tables for a day that none of them are going to retain anyways, or going and getting the experience of, not kidding, a lifetime to have the draft in your city. When the draft was in Kansas City, it was cool. It was an experience for everybody. I don't know anyone that didn't at least appreciate it. They're going to take more out of this experience than them going to school and learning about there for 3 days.
Okay. All right. No, you need to learn the there, and there, because it's funny too, because no one knows how to freaking spell it either when they're those kids.
And those are kids that are in school every damn day. Let the kids go to the draft.
No, the kids don't need to be at the draft. They just
don't.
Enough
with school. They're not losing.
But here's the thing. I get it. There's gonna be like 700,000 people are gonna be probably going to attend this draft. I get that. But school's during the day. The draft's at night. What the hell are we doing here? At least do like early dismissals. Get the kids in the school. Let them have their, I don't know, go to the classroom for 45 minutes, go to the next classroom for 45 minutes, that type of method. Do that.
Yeah, also the draft is like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So
Exactly. But they're expecting it to be like that Wednesday.
There's no actual overlap. It starts at like 8 o'clock Eastern time. There's no reason for schools to be closing.
All right, Craig, I see you there. Oh, Buzz Killington, that's funny. You're a bigger buzzkill than Buzz Killington. Okay, all right, let's go. I think it's foul, absolutely foul.
Kids, is this like a traffic thing? Are they just doing it because the city's
I honestly think so. Yeah, there's so many people that's going to be there, and you got to think about buses. The kids probably get the bus, but it's also Pittsburgh. They eat, live.
Comment from Craig.
Never bring Kramer to a party. Okay,
never bring
What's the heck? Your mom said, "Can my job shut down for the NFL draft? I'll remote work."
That's pretty funny.
All right, Christian Wilkins, former defensive tackle in the league, is trying to make his way back into the league for this upcoming season. I don't know if you saw the Adam Butler signing. Someone asked him about Christian Wilkins. So I'm assuming he's the one that got kissed by Christian Wilkins. But Wilkins fully intends to play in the 2026 season. So far, 26 teams reached out to him and are waiting for Wilkins to be ready. The craziest thing is this guy has been nursing his foot injury now for over about a year and a half. He's not rehabbing.
Last year?
Yes, well, that and I think he's blacklisted from the league. That's just me. Until he's actually fully signed to a team, I think he's blacklisted. Because I mean, you're not supposed to be kissing your teammate like that on the wherever it happened, whoever he did it to. We'll
Feels like
find out at some point in time.
He could have
It's
gotten
got
some help there. Maybe he comes back in. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with anything. I'm just saying, like,
right.
yeah, it's like kissing your coworkers. You can't just do it.
But from what I know and from what I have seen inside said locker room during after games, that stuff really doesn't fly around in an NFL locker room. Let's just be honest now. But I mean, to each his own. I don't care. You can do whatever you want. Just don't kiss me. So yeah,
it's just an HR violation.
Massive HR violation, and I didn't expect that to be a topic that we'd even mention an HR violation on Fair or Foul. But if Christian Wilkins has found his way back, and not stop kissing people, awesome, good for you. But man, I think this is foul because he's still rehabbing that foot injury that he suffered a year and a half ago. This should already been fine tuned.
You're just mad that he didn't play for the Raiders, Kramer.
No, I'm not, I don't even care about that part. They paid him, played 8 games for it, got hurt. It's the fact that he's not rehabbing. That's the problem here. He's not rehabbing his foot. He should already been ready. He should already been signed before the season's even started. And the fact that he's still saying that he's still rehabbing his foot means the 31-year-old defensive tackle is not going to be ready for the time that it's going to be when opening day starts for the NFL. It's just not.
If he is healthy, it'd be awesome to see him come back. And I would love him in the Chiefs locker room.
He's a dog.
He's really good. He's really good. As far as the other locker room issues, I think that's a big nothing burger. I think someone around him is going to be like, hey, man, maybe just like leave that for outside the locker room. I don't know. But if he's healthy, I'd love to have him on the Chiefs.
This is why Chris is the real one. He'd party with me, Craig. You hear that, Bronx? There's at least one guy's going to party with me.
Yeah, you guys are going to go party at school because that's where you're going to be. Well, we're all at the draft.
And that's when we're using our big brain knowledge to get over anything and everything. And speaking of big brain knowledges, there's 195 brackets still remaining remain perfect out of the 26.6 million brackets that have been already placed. So the 195 left. Are you saying that there's still a chance?
There's still a chance. Honestly, with how chalky everything has been, I think this could be the year.
You really think this could be the year?
No, I don't think it will, but
okay. I think it's fair the fact that there's 195, but it's still foul the fact that we can't get 500,000 left of brackets still to be remaining perfect. It's a crapshoot every single year. You might as well just throw it at the dartboard and hopefully the dartboard remains right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Last on the fair or foul. This it sounds crazy when I read this headline, but you know a lot more than I do. The Chess World Championship starts next week, and guess what? You can bet on chess now. Where can I bet on chess? That's what I want to know. Is DraftKings doing this? FanDuel? Is it Bovada?
Not DraftKings. So it's either Bet365 or you can do you can start using your prediction markets like Kalshi, and you can bet on it there.
Of course, Kalshi's on it. Of course,
but you can do
Giannis
it on
doing
Kalshi.
it too.
What's it? Giannis. Yeah, I think Giannis can be front row. It's in Cyprus, which I think is kind of near Greece, so maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I am pumped for this. It's okay. So chess does a fun format where they invite. It's kind of like March Madness a little bit. They invite all the people who qualify throughout the year. They get all their points. They win their tournaments, and then they qualify for the big boy tournament. It's called the Candidates. And then whoever wins that, it kind of is like, do you ever watch like Dragon Ball Z back in the day?
Yeah.
You know how in Dragon Ball Z they do the whole tournament and then the winner of the tournament fights like the big bad villain guy?
Yes.
He just like skips to the finals for whatever reason.
Yeah.
That's how chess does it. The reigning world champion.
Wait, really?
No, the reigning world champion doesn't play in the tournament. He
just waits. He just
waits. Yeah, and so they have this whole tournament,
wow.
And then whoever wins it just goes and 1v1s the reigning world champ. So you can bet on the reigning world champ to only beat one person, and it's like plus 160 odds. And I think that's great value.
Can you imagine? That's actually really great value. Whenever you see the line and show it to me, even better. I'm hammering that. But can you imagine if more sports does this type of method of like saying like how the NFL playoffs go. They're waiting on the team waiting there is the who won the
Eagles,
Seahawks.
like the Eagles were just waiting to
Yeah,
play the Seahawks
yeah,
after the Super
exactly.
Bowl. That'd be
That's absolutely
so
nuts.
stupid. You can't do it in team sports.
No, you can't. I get the solo ones, and you know what? I hope whoever goes through the entire gauntlet, I hope you win it all. I hope you beat the guy that's been waiting there the entire time, because you know what? You're fresh. You've already seen a lot of moves in order to get to the promised land of the final duel. I'm going to call it the final duel because it sounds more badass.
Yeah.
But no, I remember getting into chess around August last year, and it was fun. I'm not great at it, but it's just a fun little trying to get to your strategic placing on the board. No, that's badass. We can bet on chess. You also have some dirt on chess right now. Not dirt, but like
I'm
like
following the drama.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama you've been following the fact that there's drama in the chess world. This seems weird to say.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down. I know the people listening probably don't care about this at all.
Oh, you'd be shocked. You would be shocked.
Okay, so the best player in the world is Magnus Carlsen. He's been the best player in the world for 20 years.
That's a hell of a name.
Carlsen. He's awesome. He's very good at chess. So good at chess that he won all these world championships in a row up until a couple years ago. And then he just said, "This isn't a challenge. I'm bored." And he just walks away. He walks away from classical chess altogether, doesn't do tournaments, doesn't do the world championship. He just said, "You guys go have fun. I've won enough trophies. I'm moving on to other stuff." And so now you've got everyone else in the world that's trying to, win their share of trophies now, including the guy who actually did not qualify for this world championship, the guy that inspired the bit of sticking the beads in his butt that vibrate to help him cheat in a chess match. Allegedly, he might have been doing that in real life to beat Magnus Carlsen.
Really?
So it was a big deal. He didn't qualify. This other guy, Hikaru Nakamura, just all of a sudden was going to these small little state chess tournaments. He was in Iowa a couple weeks ago, just playing in like the Iowa State Fair chess tournament to qualify for the World Championship. So you got dudes coming out of the woodworks right now trying to win this thing.
That's incredible. The fact that that's where, so I don't know anything about chess, let's be honest, but there is an episode. I'm a big Always Sunny in Philadelphia guy, but there's an episode where they do that in order to rig it's such a good episode. It just brought back so many fun moments of that episode now.
Danny DeVito's just sitting there with just sweat pouring down
because the buzzer's broken and it's just going off the entire time. He's like, oh! Can you imagine if that had guy just like that during an actual chess tournament? Oh, that'd have been incredible. Oh,
this
I need
guy
to watch that
allegedly might have been doing
allegedly.
it.
Let's put allegedly. I'm not shoving anything up my ass. I'll tell you that right now. I'm just not. What the hell do you have? Okay, all right. Closing thoughts, Ryan. What do we got? I know we're watching a lot of basketball. Heck, like Michigan tips off in about an hour and 10 minutes. Can't wait to watch that. But any closing thoughts on your day for this Saturday's Kramer and Ryan?
I said it last week that KU was going to win their first, lose their second tournament game. I'm going back on it. I'm all in. I saw them beat Cal Baptist last night. I saw them go up 20 at halftime against Cal Baptist. I'm all the way back. We're beating that vampire St. John's coach, Rick Pitino. We're going to play.
All right. You heard it here first. My closing thoughts is, if you live in Kansas City or around here, go outside today, at least for 30 minutes to an hour. It's beautiful. It's going to be a nice one. I think the official first day of spring was, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. It feels like it's summer now. We never had spring, but no, this upcoming week's going to be beautiful. But no, go touch some grass today. That's my closing thought. But y'all have a great weekend. We'll talk to you all next weekend. But this has been Saturdays with Kramer and Ryan. Put a smile on your face because you do not know who to see it. Brighten up their day. Have a good one, everybody.